See how angular they are. So they're not like something you find in a stream where everything is rounded and corners are knocked off through transport. This one is, it just rumbled down the hill and stopped, and that was the end of it. This is, again, part of that Caneo volcanics. And if you ever want to go to the Balanced Rock, I mean, right, this is the trail you take. You go back into there to the Balanced Rock. We didn't see that. We, you know, on the fog here.
Would you have been able to see it from the other trail?
You mean up high?
Yeah.
I don't know if you see it. Yeah, I think there's a point we may see it later from a distance. Off the north side of Sandstone Peak, you don't see it. Yeah. I don't recall.
No, I do this like I've done this 4 or 5 times a year. I'm always telling people, look, you won't. I tell them, look, see Balanced Rock now.
Yeah, okay.
You don't see it.
Well, Balanced Rock, you know, basically it's this huge rock. It's sitting on like it's one of these volcanic layers, and the rock has rolled down from a higher outcrop, and it's just sitting right on the edge of one of these layers that sticks out over Carlisle Canyon, and it's deeply eroded, and it looks like the thing's about ready to, you know, fall into the canyon. And it probably will when there's next really big earthquake. It'll probably roll on down there. And a lot of that stuff you see that's sort of out of place often is that kind of gravity. Hey, how you doing? Good. How are you? You know, that it roll down the hill and, you know, really next earthquake it'll go further and just keep going down.
So these rocks have never been underwater?
Oh yeah, these rocks are, this is probably, most of the Caneo volcanics, the rocks you'll see today, most of them are marine. And because it was a subsea volcano, once in a while it would poke its little tip probably out of the water. And there are some places that I've never been to them that geologists have looked at these rocks closely, have said they represent non-marine or above sea level, you know, sort of deposition. But the vast majority of this stuff is marine. In fact, the vast majority is really deep marine. Because once you got off the side of the volcano, you were in one of these deep basins, and I mean by deep, you know, probably more than 2,000, probably 2,000 feet and deeper. Probably more like 5,000 feet, 6,000 feet. Like the offshore today, we have that situation. We have, still today, we have all these little oddball basins forming. Most of them in the offshore. Ventura is probably the only one under Oxnard that is still going on onshore today, but or the southern San Joaquin Valley, that's kind of still going down. But if you go out like beyond, towards San Nicolas Island or beyond Santa Rosa, or even the channel, Santa Barbara Channel, that's a basin that's still dropping down today. And the water depths get really deep. If you go from Santa Barbara to Santa Rosa Island, the shelf is pretty wide. I mean, for California, we don't normally have a very wide shelf. And what I mean by shelf is the water is generally less than about 500 feet depth. And that's where all those like oil platforms and all that stuff. But eventually you get to an edge where it just drops off, and it goes down to about 2,000 to 3,000 feet. And that's where the main shipping channel is that goes out from Port Hueneme or LA that goes westward. And then it comes back up towards Santa Cruz or Santa Rosa Island. There's a shelf there, and then you get to the island itself. And the same thing repeats itself on the other side of Santa Rosa and Santa Cruz. It drops down to a very deep basin. Okay?